Hey guys, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. And after about, an hour of straight introductions, it's finally time to start the questing. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles is in a sense an open world game. Even if our main story mission is to head up Tephra Hill and enter the Magmel ruins, we don't gotta do that right away. There's seriously no rush. So, since we decided to take upon, about roughly 30 responsibilities, we can't let the people of Colony 6 wait forever, right? So let's get started on some optional side quests. And not to toot my own horn here, but we're gonna do things pretty optimally and hopefully be done sooner rather than later. So the first thing we gotta take care of are some of these enemies on the outskirts of Colony 9, the Little Vang. Simply put, we need 2 of their teeth for somebody's grandma back in Colony 9. And just like that, we got the second Vang tooth. If you're at all curious, I'm not going to show every single battle unless it's noteworthy because, come on, these guys ain't nothing special. But in case, might as well pick that up too. Man, I love Definitive Edition. Holy crud, we got the material, I guess, that lady liked, the giant hornet. But if you weren't as lucky and you didn't get the 2 Vang teeth on your first try, what do? Well, if you skip travel to any landmark, all of the enemies will respawn in an area, which is sometimes a blessing, sometimes a curse. But yeah, that's just one of the things about this game. It's not really that tough to get the materials you need, but now that that's over, time to get hunting. Oh crap, I really mistimed that jump. Yeah, fall damage is in the game, guys. Thought you should know. But the cute brogs we also need are right over here. And these enemies are going to be a little bit trickier. And now's the time I'd like to talk about the general battle flow of Xenoblade Chronicles. Inflicting break and then going for the topple. Unfortunately for us, cute brogs are really hard to topple because until you get a little bit stronger. Oh, we still got it. Yeah, there we go. Until you get a bit better with the skill Stream Edge and its effectiveness, they might resist it. But as you saw there, once the enemy was inflicted with break and then we toppled it, it was unable to fight back, which is generally how you want fights to go. So we got that guy down and hey, we leveled up. And every time you do that, you get an affinity. And holy crud, we got the Brog Oil, thank God. That's actually like a 30% drop. But yeah, we got an affinity coin. That's super cool. We're still not totally ready to talk about that yet. So I'll save that discussion for later and focus on the now, which is taking care of these Brogs. And alright, there's the second. Now all we gotta do is turn that quest in, which, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. Non-generic quests, we gotta actually speak to the person that handed them out. The generic ones, though, just complete on their own once you have everything taken care of. And now that we're done with that, we're gonna turn things to daytime now because there's some enemies that can only spawn during the day. Yet again, it's such a cool concept, but you kind of need to know ahead of time. But these beach crabble, we gotta take care of them as well. Luckily for us, they are not even any threat at all. However, they can drop some pretty good items, so hopefully we can grab them. And while we were doing the kill quest, we got the last small shell we need for a generic quest too. This is generally how I like these videos to go. We just take care of these things in quick succession and get rewarded handsomely. You might not get a ton of EXP for generic quests, but the amount of money you get is really, really nice. And we also got some battle boots for Ryan. That's pretty nice to grab, and oh god, what the crud is that, you may wonder? Well, that's a unique monster. Unique monsters have very distinct names, as you'll soon find out, and once you defeat them, you get awarded a affinity coin and a guaranteed treasure chest, which can have some very powerful items. However, Mr. Verdant Bluchal, I guess, we're not really, I've never said that out loud, I guess. We're not really ready to take him on yet. Instead, we're going to knock out some of the enemies on the other part of the beach as we enter the anti-air battery 1. I'm going to try my hardest to uncover every landmark and location so we can fill up the map for every video, but sometimes that might be a little difficult. But if we keep heading kind of north, over here are the Lake Flammy, and I might as well just talk about this. Xenoblade's very distinct about naming their enemies. You might have noticed it, the Brog is just one letter away from frog, and Flammy kind of sounds like flamingo. I don't know why that is, it's just kind of the way things are, and please give me the egg. Yeah, we got our first try. That's actually pretty uncommon. Now that we've taken care of this apparent menace. Like, seriously, they're flamingos, man. What are they doing to you? There's a couple more monsters we gotta knock out in this portion of the beach, including, boy, the baby Armu. It's kind of strong, even though it's the same level as us, and we gotta make sure these light skeeters don't interfere when we're trying to battle it. So a good habit to have is knocking out the enemies if they're a little too close to the enemy that you're trying to knock out for a quest. Depending on the foe, it has a certain aggro range, and that can really mess up your combat if you're not ready. Also, some arts in Xenoblade Chronicles are AoE, or area of effect, so you have to keep that in mind. In particular, our skill, and where the crud's the Armu? There it is. Stream Edge. If you look at the icon, it does damage in a cone in front of you, so you have to watch out for that cleaving motion. And I don't feel good about this, but we're doing it for Colony 9. We gotta take this thing down, and now that we've sufficiently leveled up, like I think at the start of this episode we were level 4 or something, this should prove to be such an easy fight. However, it's the first introduction to something I want to talk about, so please, Armu, do the thing. No, not the combat art. That is not good. Please. Oh my god. Is this going to be a running theme with this Let's Play? I sure hope not. It didn't do... Oh, there it is. Okay, Armu call. If you're not careful, with certain enemies, if you don't defeat them fast enough, they're going to call for backup. Just something to keep in mind when exploring the world of the Bionis. And now that we got that taken care of, we've sufficiently gotten a lot of EXP and AP, so why don't we head over to our arts and see which ones we want to level up. Now, this is just my opinion, and my opinion is just mine. You can play the game however you'd like. However, backslash is pretty much our bread and butter art at the start of the game, and Stream Edge ain't too bad either. As you level up your art, you will notice the effect time changes, the cooldown, and the damage. This is important to keep in mind. Heck, some arts are better you never level them up because it's a waste of AP, in my opinion. But for Ryan, I definitely want to prioritize Wild Down. This is seriously his best skill. Early game, that is. You'll see later on he's got some better stuff. And then Hammer Beats, because this is how Ryan generates his aggro the easiest, other than his talent art. And now that we got that, it's time to take on that unique monster. And honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go. We're just gonna hope for the best. And pretty much just prioritize our equipment on Ryan. Anything that has high defense on it is really what we want to go for. And it's looking like, yeah, our options are a bit limited, but hey, whatever we got, I'm sure we'll manage. We do have an open slot, but we only have one ether crystal at the moment for each of us, so we'll have to hold out on that. Here we go. We are level 8 now, and it's level, I think, 5? Our agility stat should be different enough to where we can dodge a lot of its attacks, but I guess we'll see. The benefits are definitely up there because if we get lucky enough, it can drop some very strong equipment for Ryan, and yeah, early game, I'm going to pretty much give Ryan all the expensive items. I'm not showing favorites, I swear. Just, if Ryan dies, Shulk's probably not far off, you know? So, let's give this a shot. There's not really too many surrounding enemies. I think we got this. And now, if you've been paying attention, you should be fine here, but it can still go either way. Let's start by debuffing, and then hopefully Ryan will topple. We got the breakup. Come on, topple it, Ryan. You got this. Yeah, there we go. Big damage coming from the backslash. And now, really, he's just dodging everything. Oh, crap, here comes the art. Oh, my God, he dodged that too. Ryan's unstoppable, baby. This is what I want to see. I'm not even kidding. During practice, this specific named monster would just never get the break onto it. And god dang, that is not a problem today, and I could not be more thankful. Speaking of breaking, though, let's do it again with the talent art, and whoa, that is insane. I'm at a loss for words, trust me. This is supposed to be hard, but I'm making it look really easy, but oh no, we're making it look way too easy. We're not gonna hear the second part of the song. Dumb! Oh well, I guess we just gotta save some things for next time, right? But there you go. We won against a giant caterpillar? Yeah, it might not look intimidating, but good God, it sure scares the crap out of me. Anyways, we got 2 unique items. Awesome. So we got a pretty great equipment for Shulk, which, yeah, it's a bad habit. I don't want to put up every single change of our equipment in every episode, but seriously, it matters a lot in the early game. And an aggro up gem too. Holy crud, this crusher item is really great for Ryan in the beginning, and yeah, that's why you want to fight unique monsters. They drop pretty good stuff, and also they're usually tied to quests and all that. But now that we've taken care of the missions on this side of the map, you'll see there's not really a lot going on. So let's now head over to Outlook Park and change the time once again to make it nighttime. Actually, I want to do that after, because the fish enemy that we're about to encounter could probably spawn right in front of us, and that would really suck. The antles we gotta take care of, which, once again, yeah, antole, just had to go with their Xenoblade. I'm just kidding, I love it. Could spawn in the water, and that's what we're working towards next. So we kind of want to, once again, have things sort of clear. So we're going to be clearing out these enemies during the nighttime, and yeah, there's our next foe. Piranha Lake Magdalena. Forgot its name, but we'll get to that in a bit. First up, we gotta show these guys who's boss. Alright, now that the area is a little more calm, I actually want to change our leader to Ryan and showcase what it's like to tank with him, because, I don't know, I like playing as Ryan sometimes. It's good to mix it up. And also, because yeah, Ryan has a lot of arts at the beginning opposed to Shulk, and I want to show them off. And sometimes AoE tanking is not best handled by the AI, so we're going to do a little bit of a cheese strat here, a little bit of a hit and run, if you will. We're going to initiate combat with these pawn pyronics, and then just head out, because we don't want to deal with the Lake Magdalene. Actually, you know what? Screw that. You could run away. I ain't no coward. Let's unleash our arts and make sure we can get this guy off of Shulk as fast as possible. We're going to cast Rage, and then hop over back to Hammer Beat, which does a giant spike of aggro, which is apparently still not enough. So let's try and topple this enemy. I know it's a little tiny, so you probably can't see everything, but then we can use our talent art, which is Mad Taunt. I guess Ryan calls his Piranha Mother fat or something. I don't know. Basically, we need to deal damage, yes, but also keep the aggro on Ryan, which is usually how tanking goes. And since Ryan has so many arts, we can just kind of spam and be okay here. Oh crap, we got dazed. Shulk, help me out. Shulk, help me out. There we go. That's the Affinity Cry in action. It's pretty nice, and even though I did a pretty cruddy job of tanking in this fight, but it's okay. We're almost done. Just a little more, and there we go. Oh, thank God that's over. So many things can go wrong in that fight. It's a giant pain. And while I didn't do the best job of showcasing what makes, you know, Ryan so incredibly cool and strong, we still won just the same. And now that we got that taken care of, why don't we find some other locations to explore? And come to think of it, there was someone in town that wanted us to go to another beach. Yeah, Colony 9's got a lot of those and a lot of sights to see. Something about the artillery at night looks really iconic, I guess. Gosh, this game's so peaceful. Even though we're going around massacring, like, tons of wildlife, but, you know, someone's got to do it, right? We got to eat after all. But if we come over here, here we have a new area, Cliff Lake, which doesn't have a lot going for it as far as, like, actual things of note. There's a couple unique enemies you can take down if you want to grab some more affinity coins, but honestly, we'll be okay. We're just here for the crabbles, and then we'll head out. If you are curious where that unique monster I was talking about is, it's Mr. Speedy Ramshide, which is, yeah, that guy's too high. He's way too high level. I ain't trying that crap. I'm just gonna get our small shells and head out, and, wow, I didn't even know I needed that. I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy looking at my notes. But now that we've taken care of that, we're going to do a little bit of late night swimming, which usually is incredibly dangerous. But because of the surrounding waters being so close to Colony 9, we're totally going to be fine. For the record, though, we are traveling about all the way over here to our next destination. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Why am I doing this? Well, as you'll soon find out, yeah, the swim seed in Xenoblade, not really the best at the moment. But while we're doing our late night swim, we actually get the location for anti-air battery number 3. And it took us just about all night, but we're finally here on the island. Unfortunately for us, there's some pretty strong enemies waiting. Well, they aren't too keen on staying out, so if we wait for just a little bit longer, night will turn to day, and now we can take on these more reasonably leveled enemies, which is generally how things go. And man, wait, where's the sun right now? Crap, I can't see it because of the cliffs. God dang it, Ryan, move! There's something magical about like 5 a.m. I don't know, it's kind of nostalgic for me. Anyway, back to the mission. We still got crabs to exterminate, and this might actually be kind of rough. Never mind, we do a ton of damage at this stage of the game. Should probably rephrase that and say Shulk does a lot of damage with his backslash and all, but Ryan will catch up sooner or later. Then again, these enemies were like half our level, but now that we're done with that, there's still a lot more of Colony 9 to explore. If you look all the way over there, that's where we were. Look at the landmark, and we're over here. Dude, maps are crazy. Speaking of which, we're gonna be heading north again to try and track down one of the last locations we need, among other things. So while this isn't technically related to a quest, I still just want to show it off. Along the way, next to some very powerful enemies, which I hope don't notice me, we'll pick up an item that we needed for a collection quest. If we keep going north just a little bit more, we're gonna find something really cool.
One of the 4 heavenly kings, Gentle Rodriguez.
Yeah, there's a big freaking frog over here. I don't know, I think it's cool. But yeah, there's time and place to deal with him. All these enemies have these red icons above their heads, which means they're gonna kick your butt. So be careful of that. But coming over here isn't just show off one of my favorite named Brogs in the game. Don't worry, we'll be encountering all the 4 Heavenly King Brogs. This is the last location we can get for right now, and we have traveled quite a long ways. If you recall, we were just here, and now we're over here. That's how maps work. But yeah, now that we've taken care of pretty much all of the business we want to do outside of the colony, we're gonna head back in to knock out some more quests, and come to think of it, I need to be Shulk for this. We're gonna play as Ryan more in the future and talk in depth about his tanking arts, but for right now, we gotta work on Desiree's watch, and only Shulk can do that, apparently. And I don't think I mentioned this yet. It's honestly kind of hard to remember everything, but I'm trying my best. This game does something really cool. If something happens in a cutscene, it will affect the world permanently in some cases. I love that. Makes it feel like it's a living, breathing world after all. But bad news about Desiree's watch. It's worse than I thought. I haven't gotten the right parts. I need 3 blue chains. Well, we already had those, so are you sure, Shulk? But no, these are super easy to find if you're just picking up items. And great, I can fix it now. And I just need to do this, and a little of that, and yeah, I smacked it with a hammer for a bit, and now it's done. It's working perfectly now. Desiree will be so glad. Alright, so we got the watch taken care of. Sometimes quests are a little more complicated than, hey, just go smash this ant on the head. You actually have to do tasks, and while we're trying to return this watch, there appears a new quest. This quest may or may not appear given how many side quests you've done. This is simply just how the game works. If you're not Affinity 1.5 with Colony 9, you can't get this quest yet. And also if you haven't progressed in the story, I'm fairly certain. So, hi there. What's up?
I went friends to defeat Warside Grimly in Magwell Ruins. Other day I almost get eaten.
That's no good. That was my dying day. Well, we should probably do something about that guy, since we're heading there anyway.
And so strong warrior, bash monster.
Yeah, I got you, but Desiree is not here yet as I continue to hit the wrong button yet again. I'm very used to the normal version of this game, but Definitive Edition is definitely an upgrade, so let's make it 2100 and talk to Desiree. Howdy. You fixed it? Thanks, Shulk. I'll take much better care of it from now on, I promise. I'm glad everything worked out. Right. It was well worth the effort. Shulk, what would you say if I told you I broke it on purpose? What? So I had an excuse to talk to you. Kidding. Come on, calm down. I was only joking. Anyway, thanks again. You're so reliable. If you broke it on purpose just to talk to me, I'd be pretty mad. Duh, crud. Blue chains ain't easy to come by. I needed 3 of them. Anyway. Shulk's a cool guy. I think he'd be flattered, but we actually got a gem for doing this, and I swear we've changed equipment so many times in this episode. I don't have a problem, I swear it, but this is a pretty nice gem to have in the early game because Muscle Up increases your physical defense by a whopping 15. Yeah, I'm going to use that. And eventually when Ryan gets more equipment, we'll toss in the HP up gem. Updating your equipment and, making sure your gems are taken care of is a pretty big part of this game, all things considered. But if we return to Ether Lamp one more time, there's a guy who wants us to find a small shell because he's making some armor for his kid or something like that. Good luck with it, buddy. Here you go. You can easily get these surrounding the area with the piranha that we fought. In fact, I guarantee you have one. And if you don't, just head back there. But we're not done yet. We're going to try my best at a shortcut. Sometimes the collision in this game is kind of rough. Might take you a couple tries to jump, but we're going to change time once again to complete a named quest. Like I said at the start of this episode, to do unique quests, you actually have to report back to the character. They won't know you finished them, unlike generics. And
You took my biscuits to Jarok.
technically I didn't.
He's a good boy, so sweet.
Sure, he's great. Right, it's well worth it.
I'd very much like Jarok to win. You're on his side too, aren't you?
I don't really have a horse in this race, but sure, whatever, lady. Just give me the swimming shoes and we'll call it even. And while it's still early in the morning, we might as well also give Dionysus the brog oil we found.
You youngins ain't half bad.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Old back's feel much better. I'm fit as a fiddle again.
Somehow doubt it if you're the oldest guy in Colony 9, but we'll get the light shoes for Ryan, and now he can perform the light speed dash. No, that's another character. Anywho, now if we take a look at our quest log, we have done a lot, and I mean a lot of quests. Sure, this is just the tip of the iceberg, yeah, but I'm a firm believer. If you just take a couple quests as you go and put a concentrated effort of knocking them all out, you're going to have a ton of fun in Xenoblade. And yeah, now that we're done with everything we can do inside of Colony 9, let's head for Tephra Hill. It's one of the last areas to explore here in Colony 9, and while we're not done with the colony itself, we'll save that for a bit later. It's a big part of the game. There's only one place left to explore in this landmass. Along the way, though, we have some enemies we can take down, and if I don't one-shot these, I will be really upset. Okay, we did. Holy crud, talk about overkill. If you start to get really strong as Shulk, you don't have to initiate the battle with the attack button. Instead, just go behind the enemy, use the positional, knock him out real fast. I messed up, but usually it works. Just trust me, okay? Which I'm going to try my hardest not to be too over-leveled for this playthrough, but the amount of quests we're doing, it's going to be kind of an inevitability. Sorry, not sorry, but if you're struggling in the game, really, just do some quests, maybe update your gear. It's in my honest belief that Xenoblade Chronicles is not a hard game. It honestly, at some points, just kind of holds your hand. Heck, there's no punishment for even losing a battle, and you level up so fast, like, bruh. Just my 2 cents, though. I mean, there are definitely difficulty spikes, don't get me wrong, but early game, shoot. You played RPGs before, this is going to be a treat. And I think, no, we need the radish, actually. We're very, very close to getting the last thing we need for the Collectopedia right on Tephra Hill. And also, very close to finishing every quest we have currently, except for the ones that need us to actually enter Magmel Ruins. And how the crud? Okay. That is, wow, really nice. Holy crap, that's almost better than the gear the unique monster gave us. And great segue time, the evil Ragrot, which is our final named enemy we gotta knock down. In this episode, at least. It's right up there, but still, I'm on the hunt for more collectibles. If you don't have everything you need for the Collectopedia in the first go, don't really fret about it. But there's one item in particular I really want to grab for it so we can get a really nice reward. But, yeah. I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's just finish this, dude. We're at this stage of the game where we're almost 2 times the level of this named monster, so compared to the others, it shouldn't be too tough. But it is a good time to show off Shadow Eye, which is a brand new ether art, which is why it's blue. When you use that, it reduces your aggro by a fixed % and increases the damage of your next physical art by 50. Holy crud, we just did 1,500 with our talent art. That's crazy, but yeah. I almost feel kind of bad for this guy. At this stage of the game, we're pretty strong. Doing all those quests actually did beef us up a fair amount, and we're only going to get stronger, but yeah, we're kind of done here. Ryan, can you finish him off? No? Maybe hammer beat? Nah? God dang it. All right. Guess backslash really is the answer to everything. which is why when it's off cooldown, things go kind of slow, but every unique monster, like I said before, gives us a chest, and wow, that's actually a pretty good one. A weapon, which we'll be using in the near future for, well, somebody, but as I try to pick up this last collectible, we should probably bring those up. I've been trying to do a good job of collecting just about everything, so let's head over to the Collectopedia and see how well we did. God dang it, we still didn't get the item I need, so I'm gonna have to reload the area, but that's totally fine because we filled up some of the other rows for Colony 9, so let's toss some items in there and see what rewards we get. Just kidding, I already know the rewards we get because I've played the game before. Just so we're clear, this is not me playing the game for the first time. A lot of people ask because some of my playthroughs are blind, and I don't know, I think it's pretty obvious, but we sadly don't have all of the items we need for the Collectopedia, so we need to do a little bit of retrekking, which I'll probably be doing off-screen a majority of the time. There's a lot of item orbs to collect, but what if you can't find one in particular, such as me not having the last vegetable? Well, that's where trading comes in. If you're like me and you're relatively unlucky, you can find this guy hanging around in the residential district around 10 a.m. and trade with him. Hey Jackson, you want to trade? Yes, I do. If you have not picked up the chewy radish yet, you can trade for it, and you just have to have an item that equals the trade value, which luckily for us, yeah, we have something this guy wants, so we can trade for it for free. Bye. Thanks, bro. And now that we've done that, he'll be added to the affinity chart, and we can finish the Collectopedia for this area, which makes me super happy. The first row in particular is incredibly important to max out. And there it is. Now give me that reward, magic book! Quick Step 3. Hands down, the best gem in the game. Not because it does a lot of damage, just helps you move around a lot faster, and we might as well put in the last pieces of our Collectopedia. Throughout the playthrough, we'll probably be doing this as we're basically ending an area, because I don't want it to eat up too much of our time while recording, right? Saves me time, saves you time. And with that, we've completed all of the Collectopedia for Colony 9 and get the Carbon Driver. A pretty good lance for Rhine. But unfortunately for us, we still gotta climb all the way back up to Tephra Hill, so I'll see you guys once I get back. Luckily for me, getting up Tephra Hill this time was a whole heck of a lot faster because we put the Quick Step gem into the light shoes that we got for completing one of the quests. Now, if you want a quick rundown of every item that an NPC you've met can trade, well, just go to where that NPC is and then hit the A button to get details, and you can see every single item that is up for trade. I love this feature so much. The affinity chart is in fact amazing, but yeah, enough of singing the affinity chart's praises. In case you forgot, our main mission is still to go to the Magmel ruins, so we should probably get to that. Sadly, still a bit away, but with our new Quickstep gem, we're actually moving pretty darn fast. And what if I said you can go even faster? Yeah, getting around in this game can be difficult if you don't know about this gem, so whenever I can, I want to make sure, to pass that knowledge along. We're almost there to our waypoint, and that means we're almost at the entrance to Tephra Cave.
You forgot something. You will be needing the transport cases, right?
Fiora.
I'm coming along as well. I'd feel better going with you boys than sitting at home worrying about you. So, let's get moving.
I knew she didn't trust me. Looks like it.
So Fiora's back in the party, and does that mean she was waiting here while we're doing all those quests? I kind of feel bad for her, but now that we have 3 party members, it is finally time to talk about the party gauge, which sounds really fun, and I guess it is, but along with the ability to now revive your allies if they fall. Note, this does not really apply if you have no bars of the gauge, because it takes 1. But along with that, we can now chain attack when we have 3 bars of the party gauge. Early on, it's not going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage, but you'll see as time progresses, we'll be able to take full advantage of that. And Man, we did a lot in this episode. I know a lot of it wasn't shown on screen per se, but man, we made some serious progress in completing the quests for Colony 9. And next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're heading into Tephra Cave, where I'm bound to find a lot of strong enemies waiting to, what did I say last time? Fart on us and break all our bones. Okay, now that we're a bit stronger though, I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.